Non-stop Vikings talk. It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
You like that? You like that? You like that? On 3, 1, 2, 3. You like that?
You know what we like? We like that it's training camp time. Finally, we've made it through the summer abyss here. We've sent Judd to the press conferences yesterday.
I gotta find the flag.
Oh God,
it's over
where's
here
the flag?
somewhere.
Where's the
flag? I gotta
flag?
find the flag. I don't
Boy,
have the flag right now. You hung me out to dry. It's first day of training camp. You hung me
guy
out to
gets
dry.
a new computer set up and has no idea where.
Guy who
You know,
calls for his own spots and calls, but then doesn't have the flag ready when
you
it's
call
his
your
turn.
own
Look
spots
at that.
all the time
Look
on this
at
show.
that.
Hey,
I know, but I didn't know the
button.
song was coming. I didn't know the song was coming. Hold on a second. I gotta find the flag. I'm not gonna put up with this. The slander. This Viking slander.
The show will not continue until Judd finds the flag.
I'm back. Okay, let's try this again.
Okay, we are excited because the off-season abyss is over and Vikings training camp has arrived.
There's the flag. There it is.
Yes.
There it is. Look at that, huh? Right there.
Look at those arms getting a workout right there.
Look at that. Look at that, huh? All right, now I feel better.
Those arms getting a workout. We're going to make predictions that are likely to be wrong here in moments. We're going to hold each other accountable. But this show, Purple Daily, daily Vikings entertainment, where we just want the Vikings to win a dang Super Bowl before we die, is presented by our friends at TCL, which has award-winning TVs for any budget, any space, all with stunning picture quality. They also make more than TVs. They offer mobile products, audio devices, and home appliances. TCL brings you joy and simplicity through innovative technology. And a shout out to our friends also at Federated Mutual Insurance Company, because they've been a great partner of ours. People ask, like, what's the best way we can support your show? Just consume it as often as you can, because that helps build the audience. And then support our sponsors. So if you're a business owner, especially if you're a next generation business owner right now, Federated is doing a lot of work with, if you're taking over a family company, maybe you're working within a company and you're working on the C-level and you're a fast riser. Federated is here to offer a lending hand with all sorts of risk management tools and resources. Federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours. So, all right, should we hit the music here? I can also share my screen here because I've been slacking, but let's fire the music up here.
Most make predictions and then never admit they're wrong. Yeah, that's not Mackie and Judd. This is the place where we just totally own our horrible predictions.
Write this down.
And eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Write that down.
It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
Man, we've been having... This week, it's like training camp is here, and we're having technical issues. Judd needed a new computer. Today, we realized that I need a new computer, too. It's been like 4 years of the same streaming computer, which is a pretty good run. Declan's had the same personal Mac for like 8 years.
10.
And 10 years?
10.
So we're just like holding this show together by duct tape and bubble gum.
Yeah, Scotch tape. Forget duct tape.
NFL has they have rookie mini camp, they have OTAs. We probably should have went through this process during the rookie mini camp and OTAs, and not when training camp and the pads come on, right? Like, we probably should have solved this before the pads got out.
I ride it till it dies, okay? So I had I rode that computer till it died.
Just a bunch of idiots here on Purple Daily. So here's how it works. 3 Vikings or football-related predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. It's really those are the rules. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns. We're the only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions. And listeners, if you want to participate like our guy Greg is for the second time, he'll be on here in a few minutes. You can send Declan a message through the Score North app. So, Dex, if you could pop this up on the screen here, I will go through the accountability session starting with Judd.
Oh, wow.
Look at this week for Judd. Just a random, awesome week in the dead of the offseason. Just coming in hot here.
I didn't have any idea.
You said Anthony Barr won't be on an NFL roster when training camp opens. We're going to count that. He's currently a free agent.
Yeah.
And teams
training
are
camps are opened. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I know that.
Daniil Hunter will return to the Vikings before their first preseason game.
Can I take a bow? That is how the game is played. The verbiage there.
Can I?
Because he's not happy. He could still be traded, but you know what he did? He returned.
Can I take
a bow, please?
I love how you're asking.
Can I? Lawyer Chase. Lawyer Chase. I expect kudos somewhere.
Screw Lawyer Chase. We're going to get to Lawyer Chase.
Lawyer,
on the Mackey and
just
Judd
because
edition.
you know what?
No, you're
Lawyer
fired.
Chase.
You're fired.
You're on retainer for a reason. I love you.
God bless him.
Thank you.
All the work that we've put in to elevate Lawyer Chase, and he stabs us in the back.
No, he didn't stab us at all. He stabbed you in the back. Dex and I are like, yeah, bring it.
I love how he came in too. He came in kind of unsolicited, which we'll get to on the other the Mackey and Judd. Write that down. And then you said the Jets will be featured on Hard Knocks in 2023. 3 for 3.
Nice.
Much to their dismay, Jets are not happy, but who cares?
Calm down, Jets. Okay.
Well, yeah, and
cool your Jets.
Cool your
Jets.
Jets.
All right. Okay.
All right. Macadac said DeAndre Hopkins would go ring hunting with one of the 4 finalists in the NFL last year: Chiefs, Eagles, Bengals, or Niners. He did not. He went to the Titans instead. So have fun with Ryan Tannehill and a handoff offense. Listeners had nothing come off the board. Declan had one thing come off the board, and then one thing that's worth mentioning. Dex also playing the game very well here. He said Daniil Hunter will be publicly present at TCO at some point before training camp begins. So like on the sidelines, this was kind of going back to OTAs. So you mentioned like he might be on the sidelines at OTAs and interview pictures, but I guess showing up right before training camp starts counts here.
That's what I was going to ask. Do we need to publicly do we need to see him? Like, we know he's there. We have not, like let's say he refuses to come out to practice. Is that a problem or not?
Well, I mean the fact that Kevin O'Connell has seen him.
He said he reported to training, so he's publicly
okay.
present.
I'm just hey, just asking.
Can I take a bow? Can I take a bow for this one?
I feel my verbiage was better than yours, but that's fine, Sports Son. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, publicly present, I guess, like, could get tricky, but I don't see any reason to contest this one.
We'll put that to the lawyer.
And I guess this one stays on the board just in case, because you did put an end date on it. But you said Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian will be in a confirmed relationship before week 1. Well, Tom Brady was spotted getting very cozy with Bradley Cooper's ex and Ronaldo's ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Is it Irina Shayk? Is that how you pronounce it?
I saw this as well. Now, I mean, look, Tom's clearly having, his like divorcee hot boy summer, if you will, here. Like he's danced with Kim K. He's with Irina. He's who's going to be with next week. I think we can leave this on the board, though. It's got to be a confirmed relationship by week one. Or even, he could,
week 1.
I guess you could still say he could be in a confirmed relationship with her. And then still before week 1, maybe he breaks up with her and is with Kim K.
Absolutely. There's a lot of different paths for this prediction to still be correct.
I did say, though, like I can see Tommy B hanging with Kim K. I don't think he would engage in a relationship publicly, though.
So, I don't know,
I feel like he needs...
Dude,
I feel like he shoots for a different...
Yeah.
Because she has... in my opinion, she's dated too many athletes for him to date her as well.
Wouldn't that make it more likely that he would be tempted by her...
Well, I'm not saying they don't. I'm not. I'm not saying privately something has not gone on. I'm saying the confirmed relationship part. I think in his mind would Irina makes more sense, right? Because she dated Bradley Cooper. She dated. I'm just saying Kim K. To me, I think Tom's shooting above that. That's what I keep saying.
Oh, wait. You think Tom is above Kim Kardashian in the?
I think he thinks he is.
Oh,
yes.
No, I don't know if I agree with that.
I think Kim K is around all the time and has had a lot of boyfriends, very much confirmed from the pro sports world. I think Tom, and this is not about Kim K, it's about Tom. I think Tom puts himself above a lot of athletes and sees himself as an actual like Hollywood celebrity.
Right, but Kim K hasn't been with an athlete in a long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been a long time, right?
Look, I'm just saying my gut feeling. I watch a lot of TV. I read a lot of gossip mags. My gut feeling is that Kim K and Tom certainly could hook up. I don't think he would make that part public.
You guys come for Judd's training camp notebooks here on Purple Daily, but you stay for the Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian dating speculation.
Let's just say I am a lot more FM 107 than people think.
Okay.
And I have my tickets for Sunday afternoon for a matinee to Barbie, okay?
What
Dawn and I are going
percentage
to
of our
Barbie.
audience has any idea what you just said
Barbie
in terms
is
of FM 107?
okay. They're more of a style, lifestyle, celebrity radio station owned by our parent company, Hubbard. But what I'm telling you is, I'm also going to be on Sunday at Barbie, and I'm proud of it. Bring it on.
Dude, I want to see Barbie too. I want to see all these movies.
Dawn bought tickets yesterday. Sold out a lot of places.
Oh yeah. So all right, with that here are the 2023 season statistics. Judd and Declan are tied in completion percentage at 38.5, also tied with 4 touchdowns apiece. Just ahead of me, I'm at 34.1% completions, leading with 5 touchdowns. Listeners 28% completions and only 1 touchdown on the season. All time, Judd closing the gap on Declan here, just 0.4 percentage points between you two. Declan leading with 35.7% completions. I'm 3 percentage points behind, but leading in touchdowns with 38. Listeners, second place in touchdowns, but a distant 4th in terms of accuracy, completion percentage. So there we go. Those are your statistics, your accountability session, and Judd's breakdown of the entertainment media landscape. Let's get Greg in here for the second time, making a second career appearance on Write That Down, repping the Surly hat.
Old school Surly too. I love that.
Yeah.
hat.
Greg, what's going on here? Are you ready to rock and roll today?
Well, I am. I actually tested positive for COVID this morning, and I feel like
that's
I've
a
been hit
blast.
by a truck. I know. So I'm like, what would Kirky Boy do? So I did some cold work in the tub. I'm ready to get back out there and start slinging some guns here. Or see what happens.
Maybe you can have like an office cubicle with some glass that goes up to the ceiling, so you can still interact with your teammates.
Yeah, I've got a glass case of emotion here. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you've been on before, but remind our audience what's sort of your background as a Vikings fan. When did you get hooked on this ridiculous football team?
So I'm a Minnesota family transplanted to Texas in the 80s because of 3M. So my dad inculcated us into the brand back in the 80s. So ever since then, my life is in Texas. My heart's in Minnesota.
Okay. See, I feel like the 80s are like a lost era for, like, you either became a fan in the 70s or you became a fan in the late 90s. There's not many people that got hooked on the Vikings in the 80s, I feel like.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it hooked, but, you're just raised that way, and, really got hooked when I was in high school, which was like the mid to late 90s, just right before Randy showed up.
Yep. That's kind of like the Warren Moon era is the first like full Vikings experience that I went to my first game. It was Warren Moon and the Vikings against the Jets at the Metrodome. So kind of in that middle ground. So we're going to start with Greg, over to Judd, Declan, back to me. We'll make 3 trips around the room, 1 prediction per round here. They must be football related or show related. Those are pretty much the only parameters here. So Greg, you're under center, man. Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm going to channel my inner Rex Grossman. I'm going to unleash the dragon. We're going wild, just going deep all the time. This is going to be wildly unpopular, okay? So I wrote this down weeks before the Jordan Addison speeding incident.
Okay.
But it's been way too quiet. And this season, the Vikings will recapture the most arrests since the year 2000 by having a prominent player arrested this season.
Okay, so your prediction is a prominent player will be arrested.
Somebody on the 53-man roster.
Okay.
Will be arrested.
So arrested too, not cited. So like Jordan didn't get arrested per se.
That's
we're talking.
correct.
We're talking about.
Did he get detained? Did he get taken in?
No, he just got cited.
Really?
No, we're going
Interesting.
full
He
on
wasn't
arrest.
taken in.
So you
we're
can
at
go as
27.
fast as you want, and if you're not impaired, you don't get brought in. Is that unless you're like really recklessly?
Yeah, I think it's the circumstances. It probably helps when you play for the Vikings.
Yeah, and have a dog maybe allegedly that had an emergency.
If it was Munt, he gets arrested. Johnny Munt goes
Johnny
to the
Munt's
clink.
still in jail right now.
Johnny Munt, the Vikings just forget about him. See ya, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's the line? Like CJ Ham, is he kind of the line? Like CJ Ham probably
he
gets
would
away
never
with it.
go
But everyone
140.
below.
He would
He
never,
would never go
He'd go
140.
45 in that 55 zone.
Yeah, exactly
he's not
right.
going.
Just
Write this down.
keeping it safe, slow and steady. All right, Judd.
All right. We discussed this on our Purple Daily after the press conferences on Tuesday, so I'll put it on the record. The Star Tribune, the Pioneer Press, and The Athletic will all do features on Kirk's personal trainer. His name is Chad Cook, Atlanta-based Chad Cook, by the end of the season.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So all three of those, like someone, there's no question in my mind, is trying to get to Chad Cook right now. But like, it's too tempting. It's a great bye-week story. What was that?
Wasn't my dog. It was Greg's dog.
Oh, it's great.
All of us got dogs. My dog's lining out the door.
Stella's shaking right now for a chain. That's fine. But anyway, so all three of those outlets, I was going to say papers, that's incorrect, will do features on Chad Cook by the end of the season.
Okay. All right.
Write this down.
I have a similar sort of prediction that I'll Dex.
Okay. First one for me. Write this down. Daniil Hunter will be a full participant at practice between now and August 9th. So I'm gonna say that he'll be a full participant at practice. Now the contract will obviously. I'm also trying to say that the contract will get done between then, but I'm also just gonna say he'll be a full participant at practice between now and August 9th. Write it down.
And I don't know if you're strategically trying to play the game well here, or if you're just, you just naturally play the game well, but you didn't say which team he would be a full participant in practice
that is true.
for.
Right. Yep. Well, and just to be clear too, there's no it would be a participant, because I think if he puts the helmet on and does work, because like there's no like report of like he took part in this amount of drills. So I think just participant with a helmet on covers it completely.
Okay. But I do think in the spirit of full participant, like if they go 11 on 11 and he's not part of it, I don't think
be watching.
Yeah,
well, but there's got to be like
there'll be a circumstance, a tweet, a acknowledgement, hey, Daniil Hunter's in 11 on 11 drills, or Daniil Hunter is a full. Yeah. It'll be very clear from reporters and Judd being there if he is there, being a full participant.
Yeah, and if none of you media jokers, spot Daniil Hunter in 11 on 11 drills, then what do you, shame on you.
I think we should use my Twitter account as the official platform, and if I see it and happen to miss it, it doesn't count.
Nope.
Then Judd can just be tweeting propaganda that has nothing to do with what's actually happening. It's only
Vikings
pertaining to
today.
write that down predictions.
Love this crowd.
You can like write a fake story about Chad Cook for the Pioneer Press. Just for the write that down point. Speaking of, okay, I'm trying to decide. I'm glad you didn't go this way. You're saying all of these outlets will do something on this Chad Cook character.
Yes.
Oh man. I think I'm trying to figure out which one's going to do it first. Because it's such an obvious angle. Right? It's a great sort of preseason training camp angle, right?
No question.
I kind of want to say that like the Pioneer Press, Is Dane on the beat now?
Dane Mizutani has replaced Chris Thomason on the beat.
Dane's sneaky, man. Like he's a good writer. But I almost feel like the Athletic and the nimbleness of the Athletic and the big name of the Athletic.
And that story will be thousands of words.
It's like 40,000 words.
It'll be 50,000 words from Alec.
Add that to the parlay.
I'm going to say the Athletic is first to the Chad Cook story.
Okay.
All right. The Athletic is first to the Chad Cook story. We should probably put end dates on this. Let's say like by the end of the season.
Yep.
Yes,
these have to come off the board by the end of the season. All
Absolutely.
Right. Write this down.
All right. Back to Greg for his second prediction.
All right, we're going to go with a little bit of razzle-dazzle here. With KOC, he's going to flex his creativity this season. This is a three-way parlay. During the season, we're going to run all three of these plays at least once. A halfback pass, a wide receiver pass, and a flea flicker.
Oh
dude.
It's going to be wild.
Oh, my God. If he does all of those things, I don't know what I like more. A flea flicker or a wide receiver pass?
Man, that's so tough.
I think it's the flea flicker, though, because it's just so
all the way.
when done well, it just brings a tear to your eye.
Dude,
everybody jumps off the couch and everybody starts screaming, flea flicker, Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the safeties both bite, and all of a sudden there's someone going over the top. And you just know it's over.
It's such a
prediction.
It's such a grade school play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the play that you draw up before the bell rings to go back into class.
I feel like it's effective too. Like, why don't we see more flea flickers? You barely see any, but it almost always draws guys in, right? So I just feel like the league could use more flea flickers. I'm with Greg on this.
What if you were to line up Justin Jefferson in the backfield, which would freak your opponent out because they'd be like, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell? You gave him the ball, so everyone comes towards him, and he pitches it back to Kirk.
Oh, my God.
Jordan Addison, 40 yards down the field.
KJ Osborn, TJ Hawkinson. You could send any of them down there.
I think that would work, though, because it would so throw teams off if Jefferson lined up in the backfield, because you'd have to be aware, and you'd think something was up, but I don't think that you would think a flea flicker was up, because he would actually be taking himself out of the play.
Oh, I think we need to email Kevin O'Connell some of these ideas here, guys. I don't know.
I'll see him today. I'll tell him.
Yeah, just
Brilliant.
stop
Hold on a
up
second.
and
Note to self. Tell
he's a friend
KOC.
of the show now, so he should be open to some of these, play ideas.
Football.
Love it.
All right, back to Judd for your second prediction.
All right. My second prediction is this: the Heat will cause the Vikings to move the time of at least one practice by next week's. Write that down. So it's going to be 95 today. I don't think they'll do much, but by next Monday, I believe they start to put pads on. Now I don't think they hit, but they start to put pads on. But the point is, we're always in that sweet spot of time when it gets hot, and these guys are practicing on a regular basis at 2:15. And so I got a feeling that we're in for at least a day of it shifts times because of heat concerns.
Okay.
So between now and next week, write that down?
Yep.
Or okay.
Next Wednesday. Between now and next Wednesday.
All right, Dex.
All right, second one for me. Speaking of friend of the show, Kevin O'Connell. According to the Vikings media site, he is scheduled to speak to the media for sure on Saturday at 12:45, and I also believe on next Tuesday at 12:45. But also to Judd's point, he likes to chum it up with Judd, his buddy there.
Dude, you're going to snipe one of mine. That's great.
Kevin O'Connell will acknowledge Judd's name at a practice between now and next week's. Write that down. Either at the podium, and Judd, if you hold this from me, if you go up to him and you don't report this, I don't like that of you.
Well, wait, hold on. If I approach him and he doesn't say, "Hey, Judd," but he just answers a question, does that count?
No, he has to acknowledge. He'll have to acknowledge the words Judd will have to come out of Kevin O'Connell's mouth.
In any context, right? It could be after a question. It could be.
I did ask a question yesterday. I didn't get a Judd.
You didn't get a Judd. Phil and I were watching that
Seifert got
presser.
a Kevin.
Yep.
I believe Alec from The Athletic got an Alec. I didn't get a Judd.
So we'll have two at least podium opportunities, and maybe on the side, maybe you go up to him, he acknowledges you. I would like the honest reporting there.
A little bit hard to get to him sometimes, but okay.
Okay, what percentage of the regularly assembled media, like of all the writers, TV people that are there on a pretty regular basis, what percentage of them is he on the acknowledge you by your first name basis?
He flips it around. As he said when we, I believe it was in June, had him on PD, he'll acknowledge you every once in a while or like a good question, but he won't do it on a regular basis. So there's nobody he purposely acknowledges continually.
Okay.
Like when Sid was around, it was always, Sid. They said Sid. They don't do that now. Kevin is very strategic.
Doesn't want you to feel too welcome, but wants you to feel a sort of a kinship. Is that fair?
I think he knows if he said your name continually, it comes off as kissing up, and there's no incentive, right?
Yeah.
So I think what he does is occasionally, and he knows people's names. What one that he acknowledged or has acknowledged in the past, but didn't again yesterday, was Joe Schmidt, our colleague downstairs at Channel 5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's not a dumb guy. He's very strategic. So Declan's taking a chance here.
Declan didn't quite steal my prediction. We're thinking on the same wavelength. So I'll throw this one out here. Write this down. Between now and next week's, write that down. And it's going to be, if we don't catch all these press conference clips, it's on the honor system here, Judd. Judd will get a good question point.
Ooh.
Or something in the family of good question. That's a
gonna
good
get
point.
acknowledged.
That's a good question. So
That's
if
a press conference thing.
Now, is it possible that my point could come off the board and Declan's doesn't? Like, it's likely that if I get my point, Declan probably gets his, because it'll be like a Judd. That's a good question, Judd.
No, but he
could say that's a good question without acknowledging you. In which case, I am correct. Declan would not be correct.
Mm-hmm.
Good question or great question is not always followed by a name.
Name.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yep.
But that will not be off to to the side. I've never heard him say to the side. Good question. That's more of
he's hamming it up for the camera.
That's more of a camera, microphone on. I also think there's times where he's buying himself a little bit of time on his answer.
Needs an extra 2.5 seconds to
just
come
a
up
little,
with something. Yeah.
A little, just a
Let
bing.
fire those synapses, I guess.
Write it down. You like
Good
writing
question.
things
Yeah,
down?
I'm going to cut him.
All right, back to Greg for your third and final. COVID Greg here, just grinding through this session right now. Oh, I think Greg's muted.
You just gotta mute yourself, Greg. On the
It was
side.
me because I was worried about the dog.
Oh no, COVID took his voice.
I'm
COVID took
sorry
his
about
voice.
that. The dog was fine. I just didn't know where it came from. Sorry.
No,
we
she's
love
crazy.
dogs.
There's that puppy.
So we're gonna go with some special teams trickeration here. The Vikings will attempt and convert at least one fake punt with a down of distance of 4 yards or more to
Oh,
go.
man. Oh, this
Yes,
is
they
setting
will.
up for a beautiful bad beat. If it's a 4th and 2.
Yes, they
I know,
will.
I love it. Absolutely.
I
No, I
love
think
a
he's
fake
safe.
punt. That is an off the couch moment for me, and it's a point at the TV every time of
Oh,
fake punt, fake punt,
Yep.
fake punt every time.
So if if they do it and it doesn't work, or
Correct.
are you
It's gotta be
saying they'll just try it?
Successful, like a
They will
successful.
convert.
Okay,
Convert
okay.
4
Because what
or
if Ryan
more
Wright
yards.
airmails the damn football? Then
Yeah.
you're
It's
going
not
to
gonna
be
happen.
pissed.
No, it's not gonna happen. Believe.
All right.
Believe in
Awesome,
the
man.
wildness.
Greg, this is a great man. This is a great performance by you here. This is kind of your like Michael Jordan flu game situation here. You just
Right.
came out slinging it, and you got dog barking in the background. You kept your focus. Since you've got this life-changing platform again here on Purple Daily, is there anyone you'd like to thank that brought you to this peak moment?
Well, I wouldn't be back today if you guys hadn't all called me out when you had my buddy Brock on, who I sit next to at games up at the stadium, for not getting him a shirt. I got him a shirt. It's on the way. You can watch for us on TV this season. And my best friend Andy, who I've been watching games with since 1997 down here in Austin, and all of our friends. We have a Purple Squad. We don't have Surly. We watch every game. We have a tradition. I promised them I'd do it. When we score, we skull. That's Fireball. I know I've got COVID. Let's go.
Oh
yeah!
Oh my God! Wow!
Oh, you know what that deserves? That deserves the flag, my man. You get the flag.
I'll regret it later, but let's go.
COVID doesn't stand a chance inside Greg's
Nope.
body right now. Doesn't stand a
All kills
chance.
the virus. Let's go.
Just knocked it out right there. I love it, Greg.
Greg, all right, go take a nap, rest up. Good luck with your predictions, and we'll see you again sometime.
Appreciate it.
All right, there he is, man. Wow, what a performance, man. Legendary performance.
Just hitting threes
Right.
with COVID.
Just getting carried back to the sidelines by his buddy Brock. Just incredible stuff there. Judd, why don't you talk about, in terms of getting your body right and peak performance? Livia has been helping a lot of people change their lives the last couple of years. A lot of Purple Daily listeners.
Absolutely, including that guy. Yes, that's the sports dad, the guy on the left, the guy on the right. We've been showing you this picture for quite some time, but it is Exhibit A in the world of weight loss and what my friends at Livia Weight Control Centers can do for you. 40 pounds down there, feeling great. And here's the best part. They're not only going to help you drop that weight, as Phil said. A lot of people in the PD family and Score North family have learned that, but they're going to help you keep that weight off. And the good news is Livia Days have arrived. The best deal of the summer. Join today, get 50% off. That's 50% off your personalized program. You can lose up to 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks. Imagine that. You're down 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks. You're feeling great. Clothes are starting to fit, and you're only getting started on a weight loss journey in which you are going to keep that weight off. Voted Minnesota's best weight loss program year after year. 855-GO-LIVEA, Livia.com, Livea.com. Write this down. I will guarantee you'll be satisfied. Livia.com.
Wow. No, you can write this down. Write down the letters A, G, and then the number 1. This is a game changer, especially if you're like me and maybe you're not always great at getting the nutrients you need from your meals throughout a given day or a week. AG1 is like nutritional insurance to start your day. 1 scoop mixed with a bottle of water. You got your full allotment of nutrients for the day. This takes the place of my multivitamin, takes the place of a probiotic as well. 75 high-quality ingredients, important daily nutrients, helps with brain fog, energy levels, for me, my gut health as well. I just feel dialed in and ready to conquer with football takes. So if a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, AG1 is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/purple daily. That's drinkag1.com/purple daily. And when you do that, you support us because then they know that we guided you over to their platform. And one more thing here real quick before we make our final predictions. The 3M Open is actually one of the funnest events. If you haven't been to the 3M Open and you're a golf fan in the Twin Cities, and there's some big names, Justin Thomas, Dax, this is going to be a super fun week of golf in the Twin Cities.
Absolutely. Yeah, JT will be here. Gary Woodland will be here. Tony Finau will be defending that title. Yeah, I was actually in the Blaine area over the weekend, and I saw the signs lit up. They're ready to welcome a bunch of golf fans and obviously some of the best golfers on the planet. Go to 3mopen.com/tickets. You can go watch all the action. Go park yourself at hole 18. Go to 3mopen2.com/tickets to get yours today.
All right, gentlemen, last trip around the room here.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Judd, what's your final prediction?
Okay, I believe it was during the Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah part of the press conference yesterday, and KOC and Kwesi both were asked extensively about the Jordan Addison speeding and if there was going to be discipline. And Kwesi said, we're considering things, but we'll keep that internal. I actually think the discipline is going to be probably, especially since he missed such extensive time in the offseason, more playing time. Like, I don't think, they should bench him. They ain't going to bench him. He's the first round pick. Yeah. So write this down. I think he'll play more in the preseason than we first thought possibly, and will catch at least 2 touchdown passes in the preseason. So there's only 3 games now, but because of time missed, I could see him certainly mixing in with the first team, but also the second team. And I wonder if they would perhaps play him into the third quarter at times because, kid, we want you on track. We want you to play, and we don't want you to drive 140 miles per hour. So I'm going to predict he catches at least 2 touchdown passes in the exhibition season.
It was weird how, I don't know who asked the follow-up. It might have been Kevin. But someone asked, was there a disciplinary? Was there a fine or a suspension? And Quay said, we're going to keep that in-house. So clearly, I don't know if that's still in the works or if there was indeed a small fine or some type of reprimand given out to Addison. But I found that also very interesting, too.
It was.
How does that work in terms of the CBA? So if there's league punishments, but if the league doesn't punish, right, can a team just issue a punishment unilaterally if they wanted to say, "Hey, man, we're gonna suspend you a game," which I don't think they will. Right? Can they do that without pushback from the Players Association?
No, I think that would get pushback. I mean, I guess they could try and fine him. My guess is they're not going to. I think Kwesi probably, because if Kwesi says, "Oh no," then certain fans are like, "Why wouldn't you?" And if he's like, "Yeah, we docked him a bunch of money," then fans. So that's a no-win answer.
Right.
But I just think between the incident and, way more importantly, the offseason time missed, I think he's in for a lot of work because they have to essentially decide if he's going to be prepared to be with the starters in week 1. Because if he's not, KJ Osborn's a fine option.
Mm-hmm. Also, Kwesi, I love the idea of 2 tequilas with Kwesi or something. I know he mentioned that's a tequila conversation. He mentioned that twice during the press conference. Can we get Vikings Entertainment Network? I will produce the bottle of booze and the content for you. Let's do some tequilas with Kwesi and Dex.
Tequila talk.
Tequila talk. That's tequila talk. Let's do it.
I love that idea.
It would be great. It's almost like the Hot Ones, YouTube channel where you got to do 10 shots of tequila. There's one question after each shot of tequila.
Crazy, I love you. I love the Vikings.
Do you like analytics? Are you a stat guy?
So
what's your favorite analytics?
Why don't you trade up? You like trading back. Why don't you like trading up? Guy?
When you watch film, do you ever watch it again just to see if what you watched the first time is the film you saw?
Like writing things down.
This needs to happen. Let's make this happen.
Great idea, Declan. Love it.
All right,
Dex.
Write this down. I was listening to Mina Kimes on Lebitard talk up some of NFL teams, and I've made one of these predictions on over/under win totals with the Niners. I'm gonna make another one, but instead of selling the stock, I'm gonna buy the stock. So write this down. The Washington Commanders are projected for 6.5 wins in 2023. They will hit the over. They will hit the over of 6.5 wins in 2023.
Are they? So Magic Johnson is part of that group, right? He's like a minority part of the group.
Yep.
and they already kind of asked, the media did, hey, are you going to change the name again? And they're kind of hinting that they're going to change the name again.
Oh, they're
right?
going to, yes.
Yep.
And they still have, don't they
on.
have, they have copyright issues, their trademark issues too, don't they?
And
they went forward with that name without full trademark protection.
Because Snyder's an idiot. He's a rich idiot, but he's an idiot. So yes, I think that they're going to change. And I think rightfully so, this group is going to do everything it possibly can to divorce itself completely from Snyder. Yeah. I also think now at some point in time, they're going to get approval to build a stadium on the site of their old stadium, RFK.
Oh God.
Because they're way out in the suburbs, and that place, it's like 92,000 seats, but it's not a great stadium. No. So I think they're going to do everything in their power to basically forget an entire era of Washington football.
I saw an MLS game at RFK when I was like 11 years old, and it's just a dump. Like they have to fix that.
I think they tore that one down.
Did they?
They're out at FedEx Field, which I covered a game there, and it's actually where the Capitals and Bullets used to play. But I think they want them back in Washington. But Snyder was such a lightning rod; he was not going to get approval for a stadium.
And that's
group might.
It's a huge market. It's a
fantastic football
team
city.
Is still super popular, but it's just like there's like a generation and a half of jaded fans who this should be great for and that. Man, I grew up like late 80s, early 90s, and that team was celebrated. Yeah, it was the old, one of the great offensive lines in NFL history, right?
Yep.
Yeah, get them back to prominence.
I think the guy who is the majority owner, his name is Josh Harris. I think he also owns like the Devils and Sixers, right?
Okay, yeah. I think.
But he's from Washington, so that whole thing was a big deal.
And they won a Super Bowl in Minneapolis. Didn't they win the Super Bowl against the Bills at the Dome?
Yes, they did.
They did.
Mark Rippon, man. Yep.
Thurman Thomas missed the first play because he couldn't find his helmet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, final prediction here, boys. Write this down. The Jordan Addison vibes are weird, man.
Oh,
not ready to say he's a bust, but like,
oh boy,
it's kind of a weird offseason so far. So
yeah,
here's my prediction: KJ Osborn will have more catches and yards than Jordan Addison this season.
Wow. And then leaves as a free agent.
Yeah, it could be great for him. Mm-hmm. So, maybe Addison has a big season too. But I just feel like if you're the Vikings right now and you're surveying the landscape, for all the reasons, right? Addison didn't practice at all this summer. He's driving 140, just kind of some weird comments and things. You've got a really good, rock solid number, call him a 2.5, KJ Osborn, right? That you can, he's reliable. He seems to be mature. He seems to be likable. He seems to just do his job at a pretty high level. So you've got that security.
I sense the Vikings are resigned to the fact that they can't keep him because of all the contracts, especially if Kirk comes back. Mm-hmm. And don't forget now, much like Jefferson, next spring, Darrisaw becomes eligible for his contract extension, and the kid who plays left tackle for the Giants just signed a massive contract, 5-year contract today. So
I think it's a record contract for a left tackle, right?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, Christian Darrisaw is going to plan on exceeding that.
Yeah, that's the baseline.
So then wouldn't the best case scenario, if you can't resign KJ Osborn, which I agree, I don't think they can. Yep. Wouldn't the best case scenario be you just feed that dude as a number 2 receiver, he blows up 1,000+ yards, and then you get a better comp pick? Because you get a comp pick if he signs somewhere else, right?
Yeah. That's a good point.
So if he goes bonkers for 1,200 yards, you could get like a 3rd-round comp pick from somebody. So I don't know. You could also go just just go get a Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge and Miller Marine and not drive 140 miles an hour. You could just smooth sail if that's what you're looking to do in the summertime here. So and you can see on the YouTube channel here just how relaxing this looks. You've got tons of summertime left here. And you can get the family out, friends out, and create some fun moments. Like there's Judd doing a somersault off of a pontoon. Look at that.
How'd you know that was me?
Mm-hmm. There's me.
Just your nimbleness.
Declan. There's Declan. He's 12 when he leaves. Yes, they call it throttle therapy for a reason. It's because all sports fans in this state need therapy at times, right? And as Phil said, a ton of summer left. So why wouldn't you want to make it throttle therapy? Training camp is starting, but guess what? We're still, a month plus from the start of the season. So spend those August hot, muggy weekends out on the water where the air is just beautiful and the water, it's warm but gorgeous.
Go to powerlodge.com and millermarine.com to check out their selection. So Judd's going to be back out today this will be the first practice today.
Yeah.
And he's going to be out there on a regular basis.
Got that.
SPF
Hydrating.
30 or 50? 45.
Hold on a second here. SPF 50.
It's 10. It's just 5. It's tanning lotion.
It's here. I got water. I am hydrating constantly right now.
Good.
And just make sure you're drinking out of the water bottle and not the sunscreen bottle, okay? Head on a swivel out there.
I still got the coffee, but I'm trying to mix in a lot of agua today.
Are you bringing a coffee thermos out to practice, or are you just sticking with the water out there?
No, I'm sticking with the water out there.
Yeah.
I've just got the coffee here right now
Terrible
for
idea.
our shows. But
Just
this is the most
chugging
important
coffee
thing.
outside. 95
Oh, and I got my hat too, because I got my hat. It's my
What is that? Just a mustard Dwight Schrute
my
yellow
yellow hat.
mustard hat?
Okay, so here's my question. Since I've got you guys for this,
Oh my god.
a trucker's hat is not a good idea, right?
Yeah, you'll get sunburn on those.
No, you won't. You have hair.
Twins. Remember the ones that came out like 3 or 4 years ago, and a bunch of Twins players at spring training. They got. You do have hair though. It might help. People do get.
Yeah,
sunburn on
like
those.
if
Hold on a
I
second,
wear
though.
that hat, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But
What
you
would
have
you
enough
give
hair.
me if I go with this?
Oh god.
The bucket hat. Oh my god. Now,
What if I show up
the
like
rule
this?
is you can't wear Vikings team gear as a credentialed member of the media, but nothing says you can't wear Twins gear. I used to wear a Cubs hat to Vikings training camp every day.
I got my Mets hat. Yeah, you wouldn't wear, but I'm saying I got this at Target Field. I think back in April or May. This would protect me.
I think you should go with that 100%. Yeah.
This would really protect me.
Yeah. I think that's the winner right there.
Mhm.
Let's make it happen. Don't
Yeah, I'm
tease
sure
the
I
audience
could.
like this. You can't put that on here and then not bring
Evening
it to camp
Judd.
for a day.
I might wear it one day. All right.
Amazing. All right, that's a wrap here on this prediction episode of Purple Daily. Write that down. Purple Daily, Daily Vikings Entertainment. This is the place to be for daily Vikings training camp discussion over the next month. See ya.